Hi there. Welcome to English Lessons with Inlingua Vancouver. My name is Troy and I'm a teacher here. Today I'm going to share with you two of the most common grammar patterns in English. Very common patterns. I'm excited to teach you. The first pattern, A, in terms of a noun or ing, blah, 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 blah. And B, when it comes to noun or ing, blah, 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 blah. So what do these mean in terms of when it comes to? Basically, they mean about, like if we are talking about soccer, or if we are talking about pizza, or regarding. Yes. So first, let's start with 4 examples. Look at this. In terms of music, I love Radiohead. Now look at this intonation. In terms of music, I love Radiohead. Try it. Try it with me. In terms of music, I like Radiohead. This intonation is very interesting. Now, there's another thing. This is general, and this is specific. So we talk about something in a general way. In terms of music, I like Radiohead. So this is a way to move from general to specific. Let's try another one. Pattern B, when it comes to, in terms of when it comes to, in terms of when it comes to. Why am I mixing them? Because basically they're the same. Both of them are wonderful and very useful, and you can just mix them. Okay, number 2. When it comes to music, I love Radiohead. See, it's the same thing. In terms of music, I like Radiohead. When it comes to music, I like Radiohead. Okay, number 3, cooking. In terms of cooking, I can cook curry. You see? So in terms of cooking, general, I can cook curry. When it comes to cooking, I can cook curry. Try it. When it comes to cooking, I can cook curry. I think you got it. These patterns, they're not difficult. They're quite easy. But the important thing is that they are so common. Everybody says them. So what you should do is start listening on TV, commercials, even advertisements. You see them everywhere. It's a little bit strange. Now, when it comes to is a little more casual, and in terms of is a little more formal. It sounds a little more formal. So if you're having a business meeting, you might say in terms of. In terms of the projections, it looks good. But both are very common. So use anytime, all the time. You can use both of these anytime, all the time. But as I said, when it comes to is maybe a little more casual. So now, it's your turn. There's 4 examples. I'm going to go over here. So you can complete the sentence on your end. Okay? In terms of music, I love, Go ahead, say it. Now change, number 2. When it comes to music, I love, go ahead. How about this one? Simple, right? And very useful. Now, let's look at more practice subjects. It's good to practice with many subjects, not only music or cooking, right? You need to practice with as many things as possible, and then you will be expert. So here's a couple. Check it out. When it comes to, A. In terms of sports, so why don't you make some sentences when we do this? A. In terms of sports, okay, B, relaxing. That's an ing, relaxing. When it comes to relaxing, okay, in terms of speaking English, what about learning new things? When it comes to learning new things, I think technology. In terms of technology, blah, 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 blah. Here's a big one, global issues. B, we're looking at B. When it comes to global issues, blah, 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 blah. Right? So Another thing is, look at this S. You don't say when it comes to global issue, because you're talking in general, issues in general, you know, or new things in general. So watch out for that. All right, so how were your examples? Were they interesting? Did you do all of them? Okay, let me try. I will try. Sports. In terms of sports, I like soccer. I also like kung fu because blah, blah, blah. B, relaxing. When it comes to relaxing, I love going to the beach with my guitar and playing and singing songs. Speaking English. In terms of speaking English, it's essential if you want to be a native speaker. It's essential that you practice a lot, spend time with friends or discuss things, learning new things. When it comes to learning new things, you need to be organized and consistent. You can't do something one day and then not study for 2 months. What about technology? In terms of technology, it's having a huge impact on human life, more and more. In terms of technology, it's reducing the need for human workers. And global issues. When it comes to global issues, terrorism is a problem, but also economic inequality is a problem. And the problems kind of interact. So you can see very quickly, you can say some interesting things and high-level things. These things can be used for low-level examples, but also very high-level examples. So you should practice them for a long time in many areas. Okay, good job. What's next? So I'm going to give you my personal advice about learning these kinds of things. You need to say it, write it, and catch it. What do I mean? Well, you need to say it. You need to practice it and use it, and look for chances to use it. Write it. Of course, you should make a bunch of examples. Be creative. I'm sure you can make many of them. And catch it. This one is very interesting. What do I mean, catch? Well, it's easy. When you're watching TV, you will hear it sometime. Even TV commercials. Always they say when it comes to, especially when it comes to. Or, so TV commercials, or TED.com videos. Many people know TED.com. If you watch TED videos, sooner or later you will hear in terms of when it comes to. And the more you listen to that, the more you will feel it. And the more you feel it, the more you will use it. And the more you use it, the more you will sound like a native speaker. So catch it, catching. Catching is an easy thing to do. You don't have to do anything, you just kind of identify it. But in order to do that, you need to spend a lot of time with English media, you know? TV commercials, TED.com, movies, of course. Articles, newspapers, it's everywhere in the newspapers, even the ads. Or anywhere, on the bus, in the restaurant. If you're around native speakers of English, you will quickly see that everybody says this. All right? All right. Now, there's another thing over here. Look at this. These are some extra points here. When I was listening to Canadians say this, I heard simple past example. So the comes to becomes came to, right? So if you're talking about memories, you could talk about university or high school. So in my high school, personally, when it came to fun activities, I really enjoyed playing saxophone in jazz band. Listen again. When it came to activities in high school, I enjoyed playing saxophone in the jazz band. See? That's number one. Number two, actually you can change the position in the sentence. This is one position, blah, 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 comma. This is maybe the number one position, this kind of thing, with the comma. But you can see it in the middle of the sentence. So I gave you a few examples in the middle of the sentence. Look at this. Why don't you just read these? Take a close look. Is it true? Look at this one. And look at that. Now, time out. There's no comma. You see, in the beginning, probably as you know, there's a comma. But when you put it in the middle of a sentence, there's no comma. And it's just a really nice bridge. So useful. Let's check it. I'll say it and you say it. Robots are useful when it comes to building things. Try it. Things. 2. This one's a little high level. Diplomacy is important in terms of international relations. Diplomacy is important in terms of international relations. Try it. And catching patterns is essential when it comes to developing your English. Try. Are these things true? That's always a good question. Is it true that catching patterns is essential? It is. It's very useful. You can learn quickly and easily, and it's also a lot of fun. Watching movies, catching patterns. What about this? Diplomacy is important in terms of international relationships? Well, yes, you need to be polite. You know, when countries are dealing with each other, you need to be polite. Diplomatic. And robots are useful when it comes to building things. Is it true? Yeah, and it's a problem because humans are losing jobs in factories. Robots are taking all the jobs. All right, one more thing. Finally, we're going to talk about a few cousin patterns. These are the main patterns. These are wonderful, but there are some cousins. And the cousins are, as far as blah blah goes, and as far as blah blah is concerned. Similar. Goes. It's kind of a moving idea. So like, as far as soccer goes, I really like playing soccer. As far as pizza goes, I prefer real Italian pizza. Like that. Now be careful. Goes would be singular. You know? But plural would be go. As far as countries go, as far as music goes. So just be careful, play around with those ones. Now, as far as music is concerned, I like blah, blah, blah. As far as pizza is concerned, I like blah, blah, blah. Okay? So I also recommend catching these ones, and probably you will hear them. But in conclusion, the best ones are in fact these two. So have some fun. Say it, write it, and especially catch it. And only this point can change your English level, because that's how people talk. But don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. You have homework. Watch some movies, TED videos, look around. You will start to see. All right? So it's my pleasure to give you something that can quickly make a change, and you will use it for the rest of your life. And when you talk to native speakers with this, they will register it, and you will have a better impact. You might be more successful in your career, you know? So anyways, you got it, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our inlingua Vancouver channel. Thanks.